Prime Minister, a year ago you signed this historic deal in Kenya, and there was a lot of optimism in the country, but people we've spoken to, just ordinary Kenyans, seem quite despondent about Kenya. Do you think the coalition government has achieved what it set out to achieve this first year?
Yeah, you need to understand the circumstances under which this coalition government was formed. It was after a conflict which actually devastated the country. The economy itself was actually destroyed. If you look at the performance of the coalition, by and large, I think we have delivered pretty well in terms of reform agenda. But we are running a coalition government, a grand coalition government at that, and the progress is not always very fast.
One thing that is taking longer is this tribunal to try and stop impunity which reigned during the post-election violence. The partisan bickering seems to be, the order of the day.
We need the tribunal to try the perpetrators of violence, which includes those who are involved in planning the rigging of the last elections. But this is a much more problematic area because in some members of parliament themselves suspect that they are on that list, secret list of suspects. The general fear is that come 2012, unless this issue of the past is addressed, the situation will be worse than what we witnessed last time. Because without proper reforms, we cannot have elections next time. People will not go to vote if they know that there will be a repeat of what they saw in 2007.
What is being done, or what are some of the difficulties that Kenya is facing on the economic front, given the difficulties you already had last year?
Well, first, last year was particularly a very bad year. The time that we had these classes, that is the time when most people prepare the land for planting, the farmers. And so that period was lost. On top of this then came the global crisis, which has also, as you know, hit Kenya very hard as well. So this combined together is the cause of the current unrest in the country. My view is that it is not so much because of the performance or none of the part of the coalition government, but people who are hungry are always angry.
With all of these difficult scenarios in Kenya, where is there hope for the country moving forward towards the next election?
I think that we must continue to have confidence in our ability to pull out of this kind of crisis. This is not the end of Kenya. I have confidence in the ability of the Kenyan people to rise from the ashes and to reconstruct their country to make it the strongest economy in this region.